we just broke some curses in this house that we didn't even know existed. Last night I was watching a video from Derek Prince, and I felt just very led to click on it. So if you hear, this is probably for you, and I hope that curses are broken in your homes as well. But he spoke about being a person in authority, like a teacher or a father or a husband, especially in your household, right? As the man, you are the head priest. You are the head of everybody, your wife, your children, and the words that you use can either curse or bless them. And I didn't realize that I had said some things over the years and time to my wife that are curses. And he just started speaking about Jacob and Rachel, and how Rachel actually died because of a curse that Jacob said out of his mouth. So if you guys remember, Jacob had to work, I believe it was 7 years for Rachel. But what's the father's name? Lahab, we call him L. Let's call him L. He cheated him, Labam, something like that. But he cheated him and sent out Leah, you know what I'm saying? And then now he had to have Leah as a wife, which he didn't really want Leah. We already know that. But eventually he does get Rachel as well. In that process, there was a day that he wanted to take his wives away, and he sneakily did it without letting the father know. So the father presses him like, yo, why you took my daughters without letting me know? And he's like, well, pretty much I want you to do something and take them away from me. You already cheated me once. You know what I'm saying? I don't really trust you. And he's kind of like, okay, I get it. But why did you also take the gods in my house? He had little statues of his gods. And he's like, I don't know what statues you talking about, but he's like, well, whoever got those statues, they're gonna die, right? Whoever these statues are found with, their death, like they are going to die. After that, it took several years, but Rachel gives birth and dies in childbirth because of the curse out of her husband's mouth. Then Derek Prince talks about another man who pretty much had an issue with his wife's cooking, and pretty much cursed the wife, and like, yo, you're never gonna cook good, you're never gonna, accomplish anything in the kitchen. And after a while, I guess their marriage got rocky, and they divorced. And this guy moves on and she moves on, but guess what? She was never able to do anything in the kitchen because of the curse of the husband. And so it made me think, in what ways have I spoken to my wife that I've literally cursed her without even knowing? And I started to think, and the Lord told me, man, apologize to your wife tomorrow. And so today, I literally a few minutes ago just finished apologizing to my wife. And as I'm apologizing to her, I'm just like, honey, unknowingly, I know for a fact that I have said things in ways where I could have said it better, where instead of just, for example, you're never going to put those shoes on right. What I really wanted to say is, hey, I know you're definitely going to learn how to put those shoes on right. I know right now you can't do it right, but I know you'll figure it out. You see what I'm saying? Just that switch up of words and how you're speaking to your kids, and just switching it up like that. Now you're speaking life into them. And as I'm apologizing to my wife, I begin to tear up and I begin to cry. And it felt like God was just releasing something that I didn't even know was there. And so then my wife begins to cry, and I'll let her, just share this testimonial part about what happened, because what she shared with me afterwards and how we felt afterwards, I need y'all to know this. I need y'all to know this, because it's just gonna help so many of you guys out. So just listen to her.
So, as he was holding my hand, apologizing to me, and and breaking those curses off of me, I began to see an image in my mind of myself screaming, going through deliverance, screaming and coughing. And I was like, wow, did I just like go through like a deliverance? Like, I saw myself in a vision while he was breaking those curses and apologizing. And then when I opened my eyes and we began to talk and I began to explain certain things, I began to cry. And I just felt such a release, like a deliverance through the crying.
Yeah.
And it felt so amazing, and like I just felt a shift like in the atmosphere, and I saw a change in him. Like I saw it in his eyes, and I felt a change, and I'm just like, wow, like God, you're so good. Like this, I don't know, it just feels like things are happening just, I don't know, out of nowhere, and so many revelations, and
it
been
felt
really good.
Yeah. So guys, like, listen, I'll be transparent with you guys like always, so that it could edify somebody else, help somebody else. But what we didn't say is that Jasmine did actually have something bottled up inside that we didn't even know. And so, you know, she literally broke down crying because out of fear, right, I felt like, man, she's bad with directions. And I used to tell her, like, you're bad with directions. You're bad with directions. You're bad with directions. And over the years, like, we're reflecting, and she tells me, like, you know, like, now that I'm looking at it and thinking back, she always felt like there was something wrong with what I was saying to her. And she's very sensitive in the spirit. So she always felt like there was something wrong. And over the years, she's gotten not better, but worse with directions. You know what I'm saying? And I used to, like, always just, oh, no, I don't want you to drive. I don't want you to ever get a license. I don't want you, you know, because you don't know where you're going. You're going to get lost. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to drive. You don't know how to walk over here. You don't know how to get back home from here. You don't know, right? And over the years, she's literally like it has been a curse that's been fulfilled, like, through my mouth, where you see it in her life that she's kind of like, you know, how do I get here? And I apologized to her. I said, God, I break off every curse word I've ever said over the life of my wife, over the life of my children, you know, and I'm gonna do better. You know what I'm saying? Like, after realizing that, remember, guys, these are curses that you are ignorantly, you don't know. These are ignorant, you know, things that we're being ignorant to, right? Things that we're saying out of our mouths unknowingly, but we're affecting, right? Especially if you're somebody in authority, like you're a husband, a father, right? A teacher, the people under you. You have there's a special spiritual power that comes under somebody in authority when they speak to the people under them. Either it's going to be a blessing or a curse. This is why so many people, especially in society, is no coincidence. Women, their children, etc. Everybody's always looking for the father's blessing. Of course, you want your mother's blessings too, but society always, you want your father's blessing in something because he is the head. And it's just something in the spirit about a father, a husband, the leader of a home, the head of a home, the high priest, and how he speaks to his family. And it's either going to be life or death. And the Bible says that you got the power of life or death in your tongue. So God bless you guys.
God bless you.
God bless you. We just wanted to share this and testify. Hopefully it helps somebody.